It's time for the big one. I'm talking about Blackhawk and Clark Walters. Blackhawk flew in from Las Vegas to team up with his partner, Clark Walters, right here from Chesapeake. Two world champions getting ready to take on the #1 and #2 lightweight contenders in the world. They've got their hands full, but they're ready for action, and I think they're ready to take care of business. You're going to see for yourself as we get ready, and I take you to the Tag Team World Championship. Let's go.
Okay, folks, get ready as well. Clark Walters' record's 21-1 with 12 KOs. Blackhawk is in the ring right now. 39 wins, 7 losses with 34 KOs. And he's going against Kent Hancock right now with 30 wins, 4 losses, and 22 KOs. He's in the dark green trunks. They call him the Scot. So you know he's got a little bit of a Irish kind of Scottish thing going for him. But they are #1 and #2 light heavyweight challengers, and they're trying to take the championship belt away from Blackhawk and Clark Walters. Boy, I'll tell you what, this place was jammed at the Chesapeake Conference Center. Easy 2,000 people in the place. And boy, I'll tell you, these guys that came in from Upper Virginia and Carolina brought a lot of fans with them. I had to give my hats off to both of them guys. Boy, I'll tell you, this place went absolutely insane. All right, let's pick up the action here early in the fight. 20 straight minutes, and you're going to hear a horn blow when the last 2 minutes are left, and that means all 4 fighters can actually get in the ring at the same time. A lot of strategy in tag team kickboxing. This is a $100,000 grand prize. The winning team takes it all, and you know that's enough to pump up anybody to let go of the letter. All right, as you can see right here now, Blackhawk trying to close in just a little bit. And remember, he's a world champion. Up to the forehead and give you a couple Advils. All right, now you can see Roger Dabney in the black trunks. Really aggressive here as he, oh, 2 good combinations right there by Roger Dabney. And Clark Walters is in the corner, but it looks like he could be okay. As you can see Roger Dabney now showing everybody in the house that he is the aggressive one in tonight's fight. Blackhawk, though, I'll tell you, he's a great champion, and Clark Walters that you're watching here is also a great champion. Anytime you come into the home turf, you really got to make it very, very sure to the judges that you capture this fight. All right, Kent Hancock in the green, back in the ring. Blackhawk in the purple, still straight ahead. These guys know how to play the game, and I'll tell you, Blackhawk shows a lot of class in the ring, and he's bouncing around pretty good out there. Kent Hancock, you got to remember, him and Roger Dabney got the weight a little bit, but I'll tell you, I think the brains and the knowledge of what's supposed to happen is going to make the winners of this fight. Referee's very, very experienced. Here we go. Nice left right there by Blackhawk. Both fights. Nice turnaround, quick drip. Oh, that didn't work. As you can see, boy, I'll tell you, a lot of fighters, when they do kickboxing, they use their feet really in a defensive manner, and some do a fancy swing back and do whatever. And I'll tell you, sometimes if you catch a guy right, he's going to take a nap on you in a heartbeat. All right, now you can see Kent Hancock says, all right, let me bring in Roger Dabney. These guys are using their heads. See, they're figuring out who they want to go against certain individuals. Now, right here, it looks like Blackhawk's having a lot more success going against Roger Dabney. As you can see the crowd going absolutely crazy. This was an unbelievable fight from top to bottom. I think it was probably the most exciting fight I ever watched because, you know, you don't get a rest. The only time you get a rest. This was a very tough fight to be a judge for. Now he makes the tap. Blackhawk now looks like he's having a little bit of success with Roger Dabney. You got to remember, when you stay in the ring, you got to change up your style a little bit when you got a Blackhawk jumping out as fresh as a daisy and working on you, and especially as smart as Blackhawk is, and he's aggressive. As you can see, it seems like when Blackhawk goes in against Roger Dabney, he becomes more the aggressor, but when Roger Dabney heads up against Clark, he tries to go in a little harder, and it seems like he doesn't quite have the success against Blackhawk as both of these guys continue to throw the letter. And I want to remind you folks out there, remember, when you don't have a break in the fight, you got to take your hats off to these guys because they just keep going, going, and going. All right, Blackhawk goes over by Clark right there. Sometimes when you get in close, you try to use the muscle. As you watch Roger Dabney now, usually when he comes on, he'll come out swinging and winging. See how Blackhawk opens up with the kicks. He tries to keep Roger Dabney just a little bit of at a distance if he can. Good swing shot, good kick right there. Not much damage. Roger Dabney, oh, nice right shot right there by Blackhawk as he scored a big point. Roger Dabney trying to go straight up with the kick. He missed both times, but still, if he would have connected there, it might have done some damage, as both fighters now trying to grab on just a little bit. Referee is right on top. He did a very good job tonight. And here goes Blackhawk in. See, I mean, there's not always the tired factor when you go to the corner. All right, now Clark all of a sudden using reverse psychology as he opens up with right and left combinations to Roger Dabney. And Roger Dabney now looking for a tag. He's been out there for a while. Clark Walters knows that, and he's working on it, trying to get some points. But right there, Roger Dabney unleashes a rocket bomb and missed. And look at the counters by Clark Walters. A good right-left combination to the head. Boy, I'll tell you, look at Clark Walters. He's a true champion as he hangs in there. Roger Dabney was in the ring quite a bit. And now there's a double tag. Here comes Blackhawk against Kent Hancock once again. Right now, we are almost to the halfway point of this championship world tag team match. And boy, I'll tell you something, all these fighters, you got to give it to them. They are really throwing the leather. Folks, you ever get a chance to come out and watch kickboxing at this level, don't hesitate. It was an unbelievable match. And we want to remind you fighters that were on the card, we're going to show you guys in a couple weeks. We're going to do some reruns and show some of the other fights, but we really did want to center in on the main event this time, and we will bring those fights on later. All right, now as you can see, Blackhawk kind of setting back a little bit, and there's that kick. It's very much of a friend to you on defense, because sometimes you take a guy, champions, you got to do it very soundly, because the judges always lean towards the champions. All right, now Blackhawk in purple, Kent Hancock in the green. These guys are throwing leather, throwing kicks. They're doing everything they need to do to win this fight. It is big. There's still a long time left in this fight. All right, now as you can see, Kent Hancock trying to set him up. Blackhawk throws a right, misses just a little bit right there. Kent Hancock going down to the body a little bit, but doesn't seem to even bother Blackhawk at all. Both fighters, I'll tell you, they're both game fighters, both experienced fighters. Listen to the crowd. This place was going crazy. Hear him yelling, Blackhawk, Blackhawk, Blackhawk. Well, on the other side, it was Hancock, Hancock. They're all going for everybody. All right, here we go. Good counter kick right there by Kent Hancock, but didn't do any damage as Blackhawk still stays strong. He's in the purple trunks. Kent Hancock, the challenger of the tag team, is still in the green trunks. Here we go. It's getting ugly. All right, double tag. Here comes Clark Walters on the right. He's very dangerous when you make a tag. All right, Roger Dabney says, no, I'm going to stay in against Blackhawk right here. That kick right there by Blackhawk looked like it could have done a little damage to Roger Dabney, set him back just a little bit. A good right hook by Blackhawk, and I'll tell you something, Roger Dabney got a little weak right there. Blackhawk hit a big shot, and both of these fighters now are still slamming and bamming as Roger Dabney still looks to try to be the aggressor, but his punches are missing just a tag. I really think he'll go back and get the tag, and he does. Back once again with Blackhawk. See, that was a quick tag, folks, but I'll tell you, there's a science behind it all. And now you watch Roger Dabney still throwing up the leather. Another good kick right there, just a miss. Oh, there's where he got burnt. A good right straight shot by Blackhawk and caught Roger Dabney throwing up the kick, and he waited patiently and caught him right there. A good spin around by Blackhawk, and I sense now a little bit of tiredness in Roger Dabney, but don't get me wrong, he's not tired. He's just a little weary, and don't think the other three fighters aren't weary as well. Coming in. Well, there you have it, folks. You talk about a close match. Thunder and Hawk, the first judge had it 39-37. The second judge had it a draw at 38-38. And the third judge had it 40-39 in favor of Thunder and Hawk. They will retain the championship belt. A great job by Rockin' Roger and Kent the Scott. Folks, it doesn't get any better than this. I'm Philly, and we had a blast. Free your mind.
welcome to Blackhawk Martial Arts. If you think this is for you, and you belong with us.
And an empty can.
Unfortunately, kids today face all kinds of dangers in life. Some of them, we're not talking about chicken burgers here, some of that may require them to defend themselves. Martial arts expert Blackhawk Walters teaches kids the art of self-defense.
How you doing?
Yeah, and he teaches them on Blackhawks Warriors, on Fit TV's Blackhawks Warriors, I should say, and he's here today to show us some of his techniques. And the famous line is, "I'd like to learn your technique."
I can teach you.
Show me some of your technique.
Before you actually teach us some of the techniques, what is the psychology of the playground? What does that mean?
Well, basically, when we do the martial arts, we teach the children a way of life, how to be the best that you can be, how to set goals to accomplish things that you wouldn't naturally accomplish if you didn't do the martial arts. Just by learning how to earn their belts, they just go on and on with the careers, become more than they could be.
Well, that's great. That's
What's a good age to start your kids doing karate?
Actually, good age is 4 and 5 years old, but I've had some children come in at 2 and a half, and I put them through a little test, and if they love the martial arts and they really pay attention, I'll actually start them at 2 and a half years old.
Well, now, how do you teach kids to use karate at an age in school? You know, kids are bringing guns to school. I mean, how do you deal with that?
Well, that's one of the things I'm hoping with Fit TV that I'm going to be able to accomplish. I'm hoping, because a lot of people, due to their economic means, can't study the martial arts. And so now we're going to be on TV and it's free. And what I'm hoping to accomplish is those kids that didn't learn karate, I'm hoping to teach them about morals and virtues, how to walk the right path, so that there won't be any kids pulling guns on the school ground.
So that's much more than just martial arts you're talking about.
Absolutely, Chuck.
Yeah, that's great. That's terrific. Who are all these folks with you here?
These are some of my karate students. This is Keith back here. Keith is 16. This is Mary Ellen. She's 11. This is Ann. She's 13. And this is Mason, my wife. She's 24.
Oh, is this your wife?
This is my wife,
Oh, that's
yes.
great. And is she
And
good? Is
these
she a
are
black
all
belt?
the same family, and I teach their little brother and their father.
She's a purple belt. I would expect you to be a black belt, Mason. I don't know why. I'm a little disappointed.
What's the next step up from purple? Blue? Anybody
How many colors do you have to go through? And then there are different levels in the color, right?
That's correct. The different styles have different one. I have 12 levels because I like to award the children, and everyone studies martial arts, like every 6 to 8 weeks, so they feel like they're always constantly improving.
Yeah. Is there more to Blackhawk's martial arts than just what you described?
Absolutely. Part of what I do is I teach Native American philosophy, and I teach them the way we do it as Native Americans, and part of that is we tell stories so that the children can understand and remember the lessons we're teaching them.
Well, that's a good
Can you
idea.
give us a little demo?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
I like this idea, don't
I
you?
do too. Do we,
Yeah.
you know, but the only
We should
problem is we
stand
can't
Before
get
we
up.
go to the demo,
Chuck and I can't get up.
before we get to the demo, there's something I need to do. I was
What?
watching the other day, and Woody was making fun of you for your Naturally Stoned album, and they
Yeah.
were making fun of your beads.
Right.
So I made you Native American beads, and I dare anyone to make fun of your beads now.
Thank you. Yes. Make fun of him now, Woody. Go ahead. No way. Stick Blackhawk on you.
Oh, this is beautiful.
And I thought about each one of you and the colors.
Wow.
So let me ask you, how does this look? Hey, guys.
Perfect.
Yeah, right.
Perfect.
Thank you.
You're
so
welcome.
much.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's have
One
our...
of these things. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I'll work on that the next time you bring me back. Okay, yes, yes.
I definitely need an earring, no question.
Okay.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Blackhawk
Okay, everybody, up
and his
position.
warriors.
Haigodashi, yeah. Salute. Karate is my weapon. I study the way of the hawk on the good road and the way of the... We're doing. You guys give me a line. Let's throw one time for the people at home. 2 punches here, backspin side kick here. Good kick. See that? Knocked me back, and he weighs 140 pounds. Good. Sink that kick in.
On Fit TV, by the way.
That's right.
And we want to thank him for showing up. And I appreciate the fact that he has a situation where his wife calls him sir all the time.
Oh, brother.
When we come back, Carey Brothers is going to show us how to make a Christmas tree shelf. Thank you, Blackhawk.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
On Blackhawk Warriors, right here on Fit TV.
Blackhawk, what kind of dance is that?
Many moons ago, the government outlawed our sacred war dance. But about 1950, some young Indians from Oklahoma started doing the fancy feather dance. No one but our elders had seen the war dance in over 60 years, so only they knew these young Indians from Oklahoma had saved our sacred war dance. Today, in honor of all my Indian friends in Oklahoma, I will teach you a kick that looks like a front kick but turns into a roundhouse kick.
Hey kids, it's time for a heart-pumping martial arts workout next on Blackhawk Warriors, right here on Fit TV.
Blackhawk, here are the berries you asked us to get.
Thank you, Ebony.
Why do you make paint like that instead of buying it at the store?
There is power in doing things the old way. She will mean so much more to me because I did it in a traditional manner. I did not take any shortcuts. My young friends, always be open for new ideas, but do not leave the past behind. Just like in karate, everyone wants to do the spinning kicks and the jumping kicks, but do not forget the basics. They will always work. That is why we spend so much time in our karate in practicing the basic techniques. They will make you good, and they will make you strong.
Right here on Fit TV.
Blackhawk, I've been meaning to ask you something. Why do we meditate in the beginning of class?
We use it to balance ourselves, a chance to clear our minds. My people say you should learn to be silent. You will hear the wind talk and teach you the ways of life, if only you listen to the wind. I'd like to take a second and talk about balance. You know, as an American Indian, one of the things we do is we like to get alone and be with nature and just think about who we are, where our life's going, and what we want to do. And when we do that, we're with nature and we see all the creatures. We understand that we're just one small part of creation. Again, I'd like to thank you for Blackhawks Warriors and for Fit TV, America's #1 fitness resource. Take care. This is Blackhawk saying, aho.
Right here on Fit TV.
But Blackhawk, you put a wrong colored bead there. It looks out of place.
It is the custom of Native Americans to put one bead out of place because only the Creator can create something perfect.
Ah, I understand.
Good. Now go put your karate regalia on and we'll learn the way of the hawk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Defense, like I said before, it starts with defense and it ends with defense. What that means really is when you study karate in the martial arts, you never start a confrontation. So all my kids at home, all my adults training, it's only used for self-defense. And that's very important that we keep that. That's why the people that do the martial arts, you never hear bad reputations about them because they understand it's a defensive art. All right, now what I want to do is I want to show you how to block those moves we just did. We did a jab, straight right, flip kick. I'm going to show you how to block that move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Francisco to line up, and he's going to throw that 1-2 flip kick, and I'm going to slide away and show you how it's blocked. Okay, back up for a little bit for me. Here we go, strong. 1-2 flip kick, and I want you to hit me. Boom, boom, boom. See how that works? Let's do that again. Again. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now we're going to do it for you slow motion one time. Throw a slow jab out there. Boom, what I'm doing, hold that technique. What I've done is that technique to hit me must hit me here. So all I have to do is I want to keep this hand right here and slap it to the side. Now if it goes past me, it can't hit me. And I'm keeping distance between us. Now when I see this right hand coming, boom, it's the same thing. I just want to keep it from hitting me, okay? The next thing is he's going to throw it. I don't know what he's going to throw, but the thing is, when I finish this technique, I'm going to slide away. Now I know he's throwing a flip kick, and he throws a flip kick. Boom, I let the technique go, and then I knock it down. Thank you very much, Francisco. So what I'm doing with that technique is, it's a middle inside block. When it comes in here, I just knock it to the side. I don't care if it's a punch or kick, whatever. If it comes here, I knock it to this side. And if it's a kick coming here, I knock it down right there. So that's all I'm doing is moving those 3 moves like that. Okay, now let's go and work.
Heart-pumping martial arts workout next on Blackhawk Warriors, right here on Fit TV.
Blackhawk, what is it with the Indians? They always seem to have feathers in everything they do.
That's a good question. There was a wise old Indian. His name was Blackhawk. He once said, "The Indians are like the wings of the air. That is why you notice the hawk knows how to get his prey. The Indian is like that. The hawk will swoop down on his prey. So does the Indian. In his layment, he is like a wild animal. For instance, the owl is sly, so is the Indian. That is why we're always feathered up, because we are relatives to the wings of the air. Today, in honor of all my winged brothers, I will teach you the flying back fist." Five, 6, last one coming up, looking good, and 7. Good, relax, warriors, and line back up for me. I'd like to leave you with a thought about respecting nature. You know, just as Black Elk said, that the winged creatures are our brothers. All the animals, all the peoples of the world are our relatives. The finned, the feathered, and the furred. And I want you to think about that and have respect for all the animals. We need to respect the earth, protect the water, protect the soil, and make sure that we leave the planet better than we found it so everyone else will have a place to come and enjoy the earth. I want you to do that as a warrior. Until we meet again, I want you to remember that Fit TV is America's #1 fitness resource. This is Blackhawk Warriors. This is Blackhawk saying, aho, you take care.
Luke Supafoli. This is my cousin who started training with me when he's 5 years old. His father and me had a karate studio together. He started when he's 5 years, been training for 23 years now. And I knew, even though I'm an old man, that I've had Clark in my corner, I could not lose. Sensei, say something.
I thought it was a great fight. I was glad to have you in the corner. I felt like you were carrying the fight. You know, I saw it was your time. You looked the best I've ever seen him look. He was knocking him down with his left hand, with his right hand, with his kicks, with his spinning back fist. They didn't want him in the ring. That's why every time they switch up, I say, come on back in the ring. Come on back in the ring. But it was a great time. I'm glad all these people came out and supported the Blackhawk Foundation. It's a wonderful organization. And I'm just, praise God that this show went off as good as it did.
The great spirit.
The great spirit.
All I can say is I'm half the fighter I used to be. When I was 30, it was great. Now I'm just an old man, but you know what? The last thing goes when you're an old man is your power. So thank God I still had some power.
I think everybody saw it.
All right.
Definitely some power.
The World Tag Team Kickboxing Champions, right here in Virginia Beach,
Thunder
Virginia.
Hawk, baby, Thunder Hawk.
Woo! I'm Frank Doyle for Virginia Beach Frontline.
Thank you. Let's sign it.
Daryl the Tasmanian Devil Fanning.
Come on, Daryl! Show him what it's about! Show him what it's all about! Show him what it's all about, Daryl! Show him! Get him there! Show him what it's all about! Show him! Show him! Show him! Show him! Don't give up! Show him! Show him! Get him! Show him! Go down! Let's go! Come on, baby! Get in there! Get in, baby! Get in! There you go! Get him again! Come on! Head! Head! Took him out! Take him out! Take him out! Come on, Daryl! Get in there! There you go! Uppercut! Uppercut! Push him off of you! Push him off of you! Come on, Bo, go down. Put that knee up. Come on. Come on, Bo, look at the old thing. Come on, Daryl. Daryl. Let's go. Go, Daryl. You're the hero, baby. You're the hero. Let's go. Come on, Matt. No, baby, no. No. Now, look at me. Come on.
This is already the most violent one.
Hit him again. The hell with him. Hit him again. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Daryl. 4 minutes. Come on, I said. Come on, Daryl. Remember what I said. Sit down, Bo. Come on, Daryl. Yeah. Come on, Daryl. Let's go, Daryl. Come on, Daryl. Take him down. Daryl. Take him down. Come on, Daryl. Daryl, take him down. Let's go. Break it.
Give me. I'm over it.
Take him out, Daryl. Let's go. Come on, Daryl.
This thing's spinning this whole way.
Come on, Daryl. Go. Get back, baby. Get back. Uppercut him! Uppercut him! Punch him! Elbow! Knees! Elbow the knees! Damn it! Thank you, team! Come on now, take it to him! Let's go, team! Come on, in it.
That's how this guy's feeling.
Come on, baby, take him down!
Yeah, go look the
opening and let's go! Start swinging, baby! Start swinging! Come on! Don't give up on me! Let's go! Come on, Bo, get it in there, now hit it! Get it in there, Bo, get it in there, Come on, Bo, get it. Come on, Daryl! Come on, Daryl! Daryl! Don't give up on me! Don't give up on me! Put your left hand on his nose right now.
1 minute, gentlemen. 1 minute.
1 minute. Hey, let's go, Daryl. Get your hands up, Daryl. Let's go, Daryl. What are you doing? Come on. He ain't got nothing left. There you go. Come on, Daryl. Come on. Work that. Come on, Bo. Work it in there. Don't give up. Don't give up. Come on, baby. Get your head up. Get up. Please get up.
He's over it. It's over.
In it, Bo. In it. In it.
This is like the longest minute ever.
Come on, man. You first minute, you baby. Just whoop his ass. Come on. Hi.
Better than any
Technique, Donnie. Combination, Donnie. In and out. In and out, Donnie. Smart. Stop. Sweep. Continue. Follow up with punches, Robert. Combination, Donnie. Come on, Donnie. In and out, Donnie. In and out. Bring your head, Robert. Don't bring your head. Leg working, Donnie. There you go. In and out, Donnie. There you go, baby. Good. Use your leg. Follow with punches, Robert.
Okay, the guy to the
There you go,
right
Donnie. In and out.
blue
Yeah.
belt.
The combination. Feet. In and out. There you go, Donnie. All right. Looking good.
Got a higher belt.
In and out. Come on, baby. Come on, Donnie. Yeah. Nice shot. There you go, Donnie. Hang in there, Donnie. Lead leg, Donnie. There you go, Donnie. Good. Kick, Donnie. Come on, Donnie. Good kick, Donnie. Followed up with punches. There you go. Hang in there, Donnie. 30 seconds. Keep the jab, Donnie. That's it. Stop. Keep going. Stop. Good shot. Good shot. There you go.
You wouldn't know they trained in the same studio, would you?
Good. Right. Go, Donnie! All right, Donnie. Come on, Donnie! Stop. Speed, Donnie. Speed. Come on.
Only being 5
There you
pounds
go.
heavier than
Speed, Donnie.
weight
Looking
to
good.
look for
Hands up. There you go. Hands up. There. What's that right, Donnie? Come on, Donnie. In and out. Quick, baby. Great. 1, 2. Get in there with the combination. Yeah. Nice jab. Come on, Donnie. In and out. 1, 2, baby. 1, 2. Good, Robert. Back it up. Throw a hook. Speed, Donnie. Speed. 1, 2, Donnie. 1, 2. Good punch, Robert. Go on him, Donnie. Speed. Come on. Speed, baby. Come on, speed. Yeah, good jab. Follow it up, baby. Good, Robert. Good. All right. Your hand up. Looking good, Donnie. There you go. There you go. Way to follow it up, Donnie. Come on, Donnie. Speed, baby. Come on, he's breathing hard, Donnie. Good jab. Breathing hard, Donnie. Hello, Robert. Good jab. Good
Keep breathing.
Come on, Brian.
So that you don't have to wear a headgear if you don't want to.
Guys, hands down like this, you're a slam. Come on, Brian. 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 Come on, Joey. Let's go, Joey. Go, Joey. Uppercut, Brian. Brian, come on, Brian. Come on, Joey. Brian, turn your hands up, Brian. Come on, Brian. Let's go, Joey. Come on, Brian. Go, Joey.
Pretty close, really. I mean, you know. Joey's been doing it a lot longer, apparently.
Oh, yeah, that was nice.
Combination. Come on, Brian.
Come on, Brian. Where?
Punches, Joey. Come on, Brian. Mash on him, baby. Mash on him there. Get him, Brian. Go. Don't let him. Don't let him up. He's got to get there. Look him up, Joey. Come on, Joey. Come on, Brian. Come on, Brian. You know. Nice. Yeah. Easy left. Last round, come on. Go, Brian. Go. Yeah,
Man, that pissed the guy off, man. But he didn't get it. He didn't get him anywhere, did he?
He got mad.
Come on.
Work your dad, Brian.
Get him, Brian. Come on, Brian.
Yeah, I wonder where the blood's coming from.
Get him, Brian.
Come on, Brian.
There you go, baby. Go. Mash on him. Get him, man. Uppercut. You said left. B. Get him like that. All right, Brian. You got him where you want, baby. You got him.
Come on, Brian. Oh, come on, Brian.
Come on, Brian.
Come on, Brian. Come on, Brian. Thank you, and hit him with the red.
Green. In the red corner, Mike Cheney. He's 5'10", weighs 170 pounds, trains Blackhawk kickboxing. He's a third-degree black belt.
Don't go. There it is, Mike. There it is. There it is, Mike. There you go, baby. Control. Control. I don't know. Mike. Mike. Remember your guns, babe. Remember your guns. Way to go, Mike. Jab and hook. Come on, hit him. There you go. Keep him in his head. Hands up, Mike. Hands up. He thinks he can come over top. Isaac, relax. He's trying to watch. Keep your hands up. Stick your move, Mike. Stick your move. There you go. Keep moving, baby. We're all right. We're all right. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. That's it. Rock it. Stick your move. Got it. Shot up. All right, come on now. You all right? There you go, Isaac. Let him do that. Take your time. Take your time. Put them together. Let him work himself out. Let him go. That was a good kick. Let him do them kicks. Wish I had a tattoo. Come on, Art. Relax, Art. Take your time. Stick it in. Come on, Sean. Mike, stick and move, baby. Use your jab. Jab hook. Jab hook. Good luck on that, man. Keep your hands up. Move around. Make him come to you. Put it in there. Hands up. He's like, keep him on. Move on. There you go. There you go. Make your hands up, Mike. Hands up, baby. Hands up, baby. Come on. Hands up, baby. Hands up, baby. Left hand up. There you go. Come on. Come on, y'all do something. Come on. Come on, heat killer. Come on, Put your hands up. Go. Put your hands up, Mike. Mike, you got it. You can move. You can move, Mike. Jab it out. Hit the whip with a punch. She's at the bottom of the ladder. What you can do, Mike? Come on, there you go. Put your hands up, baby. Guys, your hands up. Down, Mike. All right, Mike. Take him out. Take him out. Take him out. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Ike, go. Go, Ike, go. Go, Ike, go. Go.
I've seen this kid fight before. This kid tore up the last time I saw him fight. That fancy stuff ain't gonna fly.
Let's shoot, buddy! Go!
And in the blue corner, Donnie Powerhouse Pulley. He's 5'9", weighs 160 pounds, studies boxing and kickboxing. He's age 38, and his record is 4-3. David Levette will be refereeing this event.
Come on, Willie Thunder!
Don't forget, go to Carrots after the fight and rewatch the fights on a big screen TV with all of the fighters.
That's it. Work your speed, Clark. Don't even get hit. Show them what speed's about.
Come on, Willie Thunder.
That's it.
Come on, guys.
Good. Nice. Work your front kicks on. There you go. Beautiful combination.
That's kind of a weird style.
Kick his butt!
Yeah!
No, wait, we gotta wait.
Judge number 1, technical knockout. Judge number 2, round 2. Judge number 3, 46 seconds. And the winner is, in the red corner, Clark Whirling Thunder Walters.